Good evening, race fans, and welcome at another KVK Racing Network race here at the Alpha Towering Challenge. It's going to be an exciting race, Lime Rock Park. Looks a little bit like an oval, but it's going to be a great race. We're not having a complete hour race. We're going to have 3 heat races, or 2 heat races and 1 feature race. It's going to be very, very exciting. And of course, I'm not doing this by myself. Luckily, we could find John Lozan and Matt Zepka, who are going to join me in this race. John, welcome. Again, not on the track. What happened?
I'm in the middle of a move right now, so I don't have my rig with me. But yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, great that you can at least join us here at this track because, you know, just by myself, you have a lot of inside information, and please share that with us. Another racer who's currently not on the track, Matt Zepka. Last race was an incredible pole qualification. How are you doing right now, and why not on the track?
I'm doing well as I can be without racing, but I'm visiting my parents this week, so I am not at my rig.
Well, we're glad that you joined us here in the booth because did you run this track, Lime Rock Park?
I did a few laps of practice. I didn't do as much as I would normally do because I knew I was going to be racing in it, but this is my home track. So I love this track.
Oh, it's your home track. Well, I've done a couple of races up here, especially in the GT3, the Ferrari. And what I noticed was it was more of how long can you hold on to your opponent than really making that overtake. Any places where your favorite overtakes will be taking place?
I think the good thing about this track is I think you can overtake pretty much everywhere. No corners really off limits, especially in this layout. But the best place to overtake is going to be into turn 1. I think the only heavy braking zone. So
yeah, we're looking at right now. I think we're driving along with Svidovic, who is going to be a fast driver. But again, can he hold that on? Because I don't think there's going to be much difference between the drivers up here. Let's have a quick look at the team standings. Want to make sure that we call that out while we have the chance for it. Funny part to see is that actually Logan McKenzie is taking that first position back. Took him a while, but after 4 races, he's back into first position. Fast van Schink straight behind him. And then, yes, Matt Zepka, then it's right up there. You're on that podium. What do you think about that one?
I'm really excited to be that high up, honestly, but it's a long season, so we'll see when the drop weeks fall how they do, and I'm not going to get too excited just yet, but
hey, it's a great way, and I'm not sure if you saw the readout from Logan. But he was looking into you as a championship contender, so great to see that. Of course, James Carr has done already a couple of races really well in that top 5. And then the Slug. The Slug is back from where he was because it took him a while, but last he took a very, very nice victory. Got Matt right on the start line, and then never gave it away anymore. And then we see after that Jerome Bajulas, Cody Huntley, and then Wojciech Svidovic on the 8th position. Even when he misses races, he's still in that top 10. Jacob Wally right behind there, Ronald Mathot, Aaron Lahr, George Zuniga, and Justin Rhodes. I hope he's there. Last race he had an incident with his, I think his hardware. But yeah, he's going to be there on that 13th position. And then Wiley Cox on that 14th position. So that's quite nice to see all those results already. But that's not the only standing that we have. We have one more, and that's actually our team standings. And it's great to see all those teams. We do see the same liveries going around. And on that first position, the Yellow Flag Motorsports, 261 points. The Slug and McKenzie are in that team. And then we see Torksteer Racing again. Zepka on that 2nd position together with Ashe and Bartnikowski and Aaron Lahr. And then we have on the 3rd position Gasparilla Motorsports with Carver Robbins and Gert and Method and Beaver Buzz. It is Bajulaz and Lazon, but I think Bajulaz has scored the most of the points. What about that teammate, John? He's scoring quite a bit of points on his own.
Yeah, he's done pretty good so far. He's had a little bit of a tough go since Laguna feature and last race too with that pit stop, but I think he'll be making a comeback tonight.
Well, that's great to see that. He always does well in those small little races, so I'm curious to see what we will see. Is that sublime what we talked about last time, or is that the naked aggression of him? And then our last team is Blue Flag Motorsports with Sedano, Darnell, and Little. They have a lot of battles between themselves, so curious to see how they can manage and to see if they can come up any higher. But yeah, that's basically our complete standings, all those things. And now let's have a quick look if we see how are the results going on currently on that qualification. We do see Svidovic having a lead, and after that is the slug. But look at all those timings; they're very, very close. Have a quick look if I can see if we can drive along with one of the drivers. Will be nice to have that here. Francois Schink coming onto that straight. And Matt, you said you drove this track a little bit. What's now the most difficult corner in this pretty oval shaped track?
Turn 3, I think. For me, it was the last turn. I can't get that last turn right, but turn 3 is the only left-hand turn on the track, and it's a little difficult because there's no really clear braking zone, and you really want to compromise the exit to set up for a long run down the back straight out of 4. And so if you get that a little bit wrong, then you're essentially leaving the door open for the guy behind you.
And we do see that Jonathan Stroll actually comes up quite nicely, stops immediately with his run, but is on that 4th position. Let's have a quick look at a new name for me, Daniel E. Smith. Have you guys seen that driver before?
That's a new name for me also.
Oh, well, he's on the 10th position already.
Yeah, I haven't seen Nick Beaver either, so another new name for me.
Oh, and also did a really good job. I am not sure. Oh, wow, we're already out of qualification. Look at that, the grid is already starting. Wojciech Svidovic, of course, he took the first position, and he takes the first position as always. And after that, it's the slug, Francois Schink, Logan McKenzie, Jonathan Stroll, James Carr, Jerome Bajulaz, and then Nick Beaver here. The first time on the track, and immediately in the top 10. Jacob Wally behind him, Daniel E. Smith, also in that top 10, great. And then David Bauer, Wiley Cox. And we should have a little bit more drivers because we have a lot of people coming on. Cody Huntley, Aaron La, Randy Ruggles. I'm not going to call them all. Ray Bartnikowski, of course, I am going to call out. Your teammate, Matt Zapka, what do you expect from him?
Just, he had a rough race last night in Sunday Night Skippy, so I think he's going to be a little measured, a little cautious. So I hope there's going to be some mayhem, and I hope he stays out of the mayhem. And
yeah, I hope he stays out of the mayhem as well. We do see also Ronald Method completely lost, didn't even put a qualification in. So maybe he's going for the Hard Charger award, but that will take a lot of work up here in this part. I do see that they're all lined up right now. Have a quick look if we can see something over there. Always waiting for a couple of more drivers, and I see everybody's going on, so we can start the grid now. It's going to be a short introduction lap. And then immediately going into that hard corner. Let's have a quick look. Yes, here we go.
It's amazing to see so many cars on the grid.
Oh, I see Ronald Method actually won't be racing. That was the reason why he wasn't in there. Yeah, it's a big, big grid, John. That's going to have influence on here. And we do see, if I have a quick look, Wojciech Svidovic is already looking if that pace car is going on. And he is going on. And look at that, Francois Schink is like glued to that part. And there they go. Off they go. Oh, this is going to be a very difficult first corner. Logan McKenzie is going into that defense over there. Oh, and I see Aaron La has dropped quite a bit. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Front looks like everything goes quite clean. Wojciech Svrdovic takes that first position, and immediately François Schenk behind there. And then everybody goes through. Yeah, it's a big track, a big field over here for this little track. Look at that. We're still coming by. Oh, I see Jake Ashe going off, and also the Slug went off, but I think that was just a small off track. Yeah, we still see the Slug on the third position, and François Schenk takes that second position. But currently we're full race mode. Have a quick look if we can see the track. Look at this, they're all stacked up to each other. We do have some issues again with the network of this server. We have seen that more often. Hopefully it will go on.
It's too many cars. It's too popular.
I think so. We do see over here Nick Beaver is defending that seventh position.
Yeah, he and James Carr had a good little knife fight through turns 2, 3, and 4.
But it is a little bit what I already thought. They're going... oh, and I do see people going on the back over there. I think that's Jonathan Strahl who went off track. And a lot of people going off track over there. It's difficult actually to follow all of them. Importantly, Wojciech Svrdovic is still on that first position, and François Schenk is right behind him. The Slug and Logan McKenzie right over there. You see a fight going on with Nick Beaver. Oh, a little bit of door bashing from Jacob Wally, and he does get past, but is David Bauer going to allow that? Then he'll spit right behind them. Look at this, guys. This is completely one big line. And oh, there are people going off track, but they can hold that car quite easily. Because, Matt, I noticed that quite a bit. You can actually make a mistake and still save that car. What do you need to do for that?
You need to not touch the grass here, but if you're sliding a little bit and you get the back out, if you slam on the throttle, it'll start to pull you forward and get you out of there in a jiffy.
Yeah, because I see that happening in that last corner. While I say that, I see Cox now dropping. I think there went something wrong in his part. Let me have a quick look if we can see what happened. Daniel Smith and Wiley Cox. Let's have a quick look if we can get that back. Oh, I'm not sure if that has to do with the connection that everybody has. Or maybe just me, but...
Yeah, the issue with his car seemed to be that another car was where he was trying to go. So.
Yeah, and that's not a good part. Now they're going now in lap 5. Bill Svrdovic now nearly a second in front of François Schenk and the Slug, who are really trying to form up and see if they can maybe can run away. I hope Logan McKenzie can catch up with them. After that, it's Jonathan Strahl who's right behind there. And he gets followed by our teammate John Loza. It's Bajulas. What do you expect? What he's gonna do? Is he gonna show that pace that he has, or?
Oh, I should hope so. Set up for a turn 1 pass.
Well, let's have a quick look if he's gonna do that, or is Jonathan Strahl gonna defend that really well? It looks a little bit like draft is not really a big issue over here. Because he can't really get much closer. He's trying to get that now a little bit on that exit of that corner. It takes a long time to set up some good passes.
Yeah.
Right behind him. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the draft won't save a bad exit on that last turn. It'll help you if you get a good exit, but if you don't get a better exit than the guy in front of you, it's not going to pull you in on the short straight.
That's interesting. We do see here James Carr currently on that 8th position is trying to follow Nick Beaver, who is really showing some pace over here. Is currently 7th position, 1 position up. In front of him is Jerome Bajulas, and behind him is James Carr. And let's have a quick look. We see Brandon Shelton on the 21st position, that FOCM driver, and he is 3 positions up currently. So he is really going quite well. And oh, we see some peer drivers in the back over there, nearly running into each other. That was August Blondell, I think. But again, they keep it safe.
Looks like there's a close battle for P11. They're going up the uphill right now.
All right, and that's Justin Rhodes together with Cody Huntley. And I think that is David Bauer right in front. I know David Bauer's a little bit further away. It is really Justin Rhodes who is trying to defend, but Cody Huntley is going on that inside. That's difficult to defend, and immediately, look at that. We see some more drivers making that move.
Yep. If you leave the door open here, you're losing more than 1 spot in most cases.
Yeah, Justin Rhodes is now already lost 2 positions. Alexander Carver is from Gorillas, of Gasparillas, is now taking this lead in this big group. Let's go have a quick look at that first group again, because I'm curious to see, is Wojciech Swiatovic, every time he is looking like he's a little bit faster and getting away, but then François Schenk comes straight at him, and it looks now that that group has a hard time to actually catch up with Swiatovic. Oh, I see. Alexander Carver is going off track over there. And that's going to cost him a lot of spots. Does going to become really clean back on track, and no damage, but he's really, I think he's losing 4 or 5 positions right over there. A big driver for the team championship as well with his team. Needs to see if he can find back. And yes, we do see that Swiatovic finally has come loose from François Schenk, but François Schenk himself come loose from the Slug. And the Slug is driving now together with Logan McKenzie. How much can you do, Matt, here as a team?
Not too much with team orders. I mean, even if you let someone by, they're not going to be so much faster that it's worth it, but you can defend pretty hard. I think defend like a lion is something that I've heard. So yeah, you can get your teammate to do that. It can buy you some time, but having one person be like 0.2 faster a lap isn't going to pull you really too far ahead of anyone.
There goes Jerome with that pass.
Yeah, Jerome did that really nicely. I was also looking at that, and Nick Beaver is now behind Jonathan Stroll, and yeah, this forms a little bit of a pack. I think James Carr is also right behind them. A quick look, yeah, they're forming now a little group over here. We do see we're getting a little bit more timed out. We only have 6 more minutes for this first heat, so if you want to do something, you need to set it up, because it will take a little bit of time. And the biggest fight we currently have is for position number 6 with Jonathan Stroll, Nick Beaver, James Carr, and I think Jacob Wally is a little bit further behind over there, together with David Bauer. So how are your teammates doing? Let's have a quick look. Ray Bartnikowski is a little bit further back.
Aaron's up in P13, just hanging out right behind Justin Rhodes.
Yeah, oh, and he's looking, or he has to look very good for Eric Stutzer, because Eric Stutzer is really getting a lot closer. Look at that. He is now on that straight, try to see if he can get some draft. But you're right, Matt, it's not really gaining much time over here. It's a good exit over here, and can see if he can get any closer to Sean Gert on the moment. So this group is cuddling along, get a little bit further away. I do want to see what the group ahead, Logan McKinsey, is getting a little bit closer to the slug. But yeah, closer is one thing. Now you need to actually pass him. We have 4 minutes left. So it's a couple of more, and I do see again someone going off track. Who is that? A little bit further.
Jerome taking a wide berth there. Oh.
Oh, and we see August Blondel was that, who actually had a part over there. All right, next fight that we have is here with Nick Beaver and James Carr. Jonathan Strahl right in front of them. Aaron Lies lost that position on Justin Rhodes, and he's now trying to see if he can get that back.
Yeah, I really like watching the races on this track. I mentioned it before, but the pace is only so different, right? The top 15 or 20 were covered by a second in qualifying, so it really comes down to whoever has the better racecraft. So, like, if you touch the grass, you lose 5 spots.
Oh, and look at this. Sorry, we're looking at a fight with Wiley Cox, Brandon Chilton, and Rundy Ruggles, who are struggling to get by. And nice to see them fight over here. Brandon Shelton you've coached him before, Metzepka, is that correct?
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He knows. He's really good at oval, and he knows all the concepts.
Look at this. He was defending really well. Nice to see that from him. Great, Randy Ruggles tried to overtake him, but does this have any oval feelings for you, this track?
This is going to be, I think, I don't know, John, you might have another idea for this, but this is the most close quarters track where you're going to be like elbow to elbow the entire time.
Yeah. Any pass you got to do, you're fighting for a few corners, not just one and done.
Yeah, and we see here David Brenner trying to see if he can get any closer to Michael Zepp, fighting for in position 24. Michael Zepp, by the way, 5 positions up. So does a really good job over here, and needs to hold off David Brenner if he wants to be in that top. Our hard charger on the moment is Andrew Little. A little bit in no man's land has Alexander Carver and Sean Gert right behind him. He's a little bit in... Oh! Look at that. Who was that going past there? I think that was Alexander. Yeah, that was Alexander, but he is back on track. And I do see there's a big fight going on here with Jerome Bajulas, Nick Beaver, and Jacob Wally. Just in time we came over here. Look at this. They're going after it. Suddenly we're in the last lap, and now they're getting really, really close to it. White flag for these guys. Right, so this is really for position number 6. I do want to have a quick look at Logan, but Logan is really far away from the slug, so he's probably not going to get any better. But Jonathan Stroll needs to defend very, very hard to Nick Beaver and James Carr. And very closely by there is Jerome Bazulas. Is he going to take a little bit advantage of being in that spot? And maybe he can win from there fighting very, very hard. But Nick Beaver is looking everywhere. Look at that. If he wants to make that move. And while I say that, we do see here that Wojciech Swiatovic comes on first position. François Schinkman. And I want to see Nick Beaver and Jonathan Stroll. Jonathan Stroll takes that 5th position. Nick Beaver 2nd. And James Carr comes in as 7th. Jeroen Bajulas couldn't take that last position. Is on the 8th. Jacob Wally is 9th and David Bauer is 10th. And then we see Cody Huntley, Justin Rhodes. Let's have a quick look. Ray Bartnikowski is still driving over there, trying to see if he can catch up with Randy Ruggles, but I don't think that's going to work. So that means that this is basically the last group. I do see that David Brenner is trying to go for a launch. He's not going to make that. That is very, very difficult. I've learned now that if you want to make a move, then you need to make that move before that last end, Matt. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the longer you put off making your move, the more trouble you're putting yourself into. This is there's no pit stops, so all the moves have to be made on the track. So it really rewards the racecraft of the people. So I'm more of a strategy guy, so I would have struggled in this race.
Yeah, this is really being consistent driving on this track. Wojciech Swiatovic, congratulations with your first heat 1 result. François Schink right behind there, and then the Slug and Logan McKenzie. They're going to do good points against you, Matt. For championship-wise, this is going to cost you quite a bit.
Yeah, we need... well, there's 2 or 3 drop weeks, so we need luck to be on our side with that one.
All right. That's of course true, and I do know that also the Slug had quite a bit of difficulties in the first time that he was driving. So nothing lost, but yeah, no, they're making quite a headway in also team championship. Curious to see how that will concur, but Logan McKenzie takes that first position right now. And there goes the connection. Hopefully that works out themselves. Look at that, they need to be all together. Last drivers are really struggling to get back onto the pace already, and the pace car is going off. So Logan McKenzie can run this together with the Significant. And Wojciech Swiatovic is currently on the 4th position, and here they go. And look at that, François Schink. Immediately he's there. He looks over there and he goes into that corner. And they're going side by side currently. That's really spectacular. Also a little bit further behind. Bajulas is also moving along. I do see that Jake Ashe crashed right behind them. Right behind everybody on that moment. So he's the only one who actually dropped out. Let's have a quick look what exactly happened to Jake Ashe. Because it was still on the straight. Oh, and there are some people... That's 17. He was really going hard at it and turned Jake Ashe straight around. No good news for you, Matt, but yeah, that happens in the race. Wherever is everybody? Oh, a big crash again. Look at this. And while I say that, I see a lot of distortion on the network currently. Right, we're going back to the race. Logan McKenzie on first position. François Schink took that 2nd position, and the Slug is right behind there. But look at that. Wojciech Swiatovic already is going to that 3rd position. Nick Beaver is on 5th. And then James Carr and Jerome Bajulas on 7th. Our biggest winner currently is Don Savio. Look at that, Don Savio. New name for me, Matt. Have you heard from this driver?
I have not. I don't know, John. Do you know Don?
That's also a new name to me.
Well, look at that, another new driver, and he is currently the big winner up here. 20 positions, but 10 positions up. So great move from him, this black car. Have a look at him before he see where he ends. Where are the big fights going on? I'm gonna have a quick look at. Oh, I see Aaron Law. No, Aaron Law is doing fine.
P14. They're going side by side through turn 1 and 2.
Oh, good moves first. If we see that, because again the server is connections are not that great. Have a quick look if I can stabilize it a little bit. We are currently looking at Eric Stetzer, who is on the 13th position, and it's Sean Gert straight behind him. Or it's actually Sean Gert, but also Alexander Carver Robbins, who's right behind him.
Yeah, and Eric Statzler just pulled off a move to get past Sean Gerd on the back stretch.
Exactly, did a really nice move and takes that inside line now and has both those Gasparilla guys in front of him. Logan McKenzie is still in the front. Look at that with François Sink, the Slug, and Wojciech Svidovic. Wojciech Svidovic is not past anybody yet. He's still in that 4th position. Again, it's another 15 minutes, so it's a very, very short time to make a move. It's going to be very difficult for him. But a challenge. I don't think Wojciech Svidovic goes away with any challenge. But look at this. It's going to be a tricky position over here.
Yeah, the Slug is very good at defending. It'd be a good battle to watch.
Yeah, and also look out for François Sink, because he is getting closer and closer to there. And oh, look at that. Wojciech Svidovic takes him side by side. The Slug is difficult to defend, but then he does defend so well. Look at that. He's not afraid to place that car straight in there and holds that line. And Wojciech Svidovic needs to go into the back. And that also means that Nick Beaver, together with James Carr and Jerome Bajulas, can actually come back over there. And that can come on even worse problems for Wojciech Svidovic. Now he doesn't have to look front, but also in the back. And look at that, he's going after it again. This is going to be exciting. The fight between Wojciech Svidovic and the Slug.
Yeah, it's you're driving down a hallway here, so you have about 2 car widths to get past somebody. So you have to kind of read their mind and figure out how they're going to defend, and then prepare for that, and then also make sure that you can squeeze your car through the gap that opens up.
And it's still one big line everywhere, so do see oh, they're going side by side, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that was I think that was David Brenner who's right in front, running them in front of them. Let's have a quick look if we can look around with François Schenk. Yeah, he's now so quick that he's already getting the back markers now into his view, and a great move from David Brenner, gets away over there. Do you see there's an accident in the back? Let's have a quick look with Joshua Wally. Oh, I'm not sure exactly what happened over there. It's difficult to see all the cars on the moment, but we do know that Logan McKenzie is still in the front, and that Nick Beaver is losing a little bit of time and is still in that top 5, but needs to now hold on to actually see if he can get back to that little group.
Is that James Carr that spun out there?
It looks like James Carr is still on the road. Luckily, I think they all have difficulties to pass David Brenner on the moment, and David Brenner has a difficult situation. Matt, you've been in there before, I think, where you actually have to let everybody pass.
Yeah, I think if we take a look at the lead, we just had 3 wide into turn 1, and now it's all flip turned upside down.
Oh, I did miss that. Well, let's have a quick look keep an eye on them because Vojtěch Svidovic has taken that second position. Let's have a quick look how that actually went. Want to make sure. Oh, they went side by side over there. And I think, if we can still see it, François Schenk had some issues. Not exactly sure how Vojtěch Svidovic did that, but is certainly on the first position. And do we have some more going on? Whoa! François Schenk goes off.
Wojciech goes into the lead in turn 1.
Oh, what happened to François Schenk?
I think Slugnificent and Francois were testing the physics engine a little bit.
Those two have been coming together a lot recently.
Yeah, they did. And were there any penalties for that? Or how does that go into this league?
Last time I think it was just a racing incident, but yeah, everyone will be reviewed.
Well, let's have a quick look if I can see the results back. We did have a connection issue over there. I'm not sure what happened to François Schenk because he went off. Let's see if I can see that one more time. Oh, we got hit from behind. That was it. All right, let's go back to the race. Vojtěch Svidovic in first position. Logan McKenzie right behind him. So he also overtook him. Man, it's going now. A lot of things happen straight at this point. But they are now in that first position. Nick Beaver is 2 positions up and is in the third now. And Jerome Bajulas will score great points for Beaver Bus Energy. And is taking that 4th position, but needs to take care because the Slug is already right behind him. And it's amazing to see how clean that car from the Slug is currently. No damage at all. As we see some people going actually into the pit right now.
There is still a nine incident limit for drive-through, so I wonder if people are starting to hit that.
Oh, that's a big chance for that if they hit that much. I'm curious to see if the Slug is going to have that problem because we're still 6 minutes need to do. And we do see here a fight with Cody Huntley is going really hard against, I think that is Jacob Wally. Oh, look at that, Jacob Wally and James Carr. And James Carr takes that number 7 position.
Trading places right there. I think just in that lap, everyone was leading and everyone was following and everyone was in the middle at some point.
Yeah, and now they're pretty much settled. Or is Cody Huntley gonna dive into this next corner? No, he's not. Jacob Wally is losing a little bit of more time. We are nearly going to the end, so curious to see if Vojtěch Svidovic and Logan McKenzie are still going to do something, or are they just going to be happy with the 1-2? I'm curious to see. I do see Bajulas has now lost that position on the Slug. Look at that. That is real power to get by. That was a little bit of shoving him, going straight at it, but very cleanly did that. I think the aggression from the Slug came out there, and Jerome had nothing to say about that. Maybe he can come back here on the first turn. He's a little bit too far away. So they're not doing anything. Another fight that we have is for position number 7. James Carr and Cody Huntley who are going at it. And Cody Huntley is not done yet with this race. Look at that, how closely he follows James Carr over there.
Yeah, I think this one has a lot of implications with P8, P7. The next round, the 30-minute race, we invert the top 8. So whoever is in first of this group is going to end up starting P2. And so Cody Huntley may want to sit back and get the top spot in the qualifying or in the starting position for the next round. but I don't think that's on his mind right now. I think he's focused on getting past.
Yeah, and that's going to be difficult enough. I do have to apologize for Cody Huntley. Dr. Snuff is an official drink. Never knew how that was possible, but apparently it's an official sponsor of him. So Dr. Snuff, always want to drink that. But he's following James Carr. David Bauer, haven't seen him much, or haven't spoken much about him. But he's secretly in that top 6. He's currently 3 positions up from where he started. And a little bit further away, and I think too far away, is Jerome Bajulas, who is also losing track of the Slug. And the Slug is actually getting closer and closer to Nick Beaver. Look at that. He's getting really, really close. It's impressive to see the Slug doing that again and again. We still have 3 minutes to go, so probably 3 more laps that we can go for it. And Nick Beaver will need to defend a little bit more because the Slug is getting closer and closer. Do you have any other big fights going on? I see Carver, Alexander Carver on position number 11, trying to see if he can get into that top 10, but there's Justin Rhodes. Well, good luck with that, but Justin Rhodes knows how to defend, and that's going to be very difficult to make that move. Wojciech Swidovic goes over finish line, getting a little bit further away from Logan McKenzie, further enough so that he doesn't get trapped into one of those famous Logan McKenzie overtakes in that first corner. That's going to be difficult. I do think that the Slug has a better opportunity than to get past Nick Beaver. Look at that, how close and close he gets there again.
Yeah, he's Slug has definitely been closing that gap, but again, it's one thing to get there, it's another one to get past. So we'll see. I think Slug has the racecraft to do it, and this is the track to showcase it.
Yeah, and the last time he did it over here, I do think that Nick Beaver is defending quite well, and that's not possible. And it will come down to that last lap, because I do think that Wojciech Swidovic is now going to take the white flag. If I'm correct, yes, he is going to take the white flag, and that means that we have one more lap. And that will mean that the Slug, if he wants to do something, the best overtake is now right here. But Nick Beaver is immediately defending. And they're going to go side by side. The Slug needs to go a little bit back. But he can set this next corners up and have a really nice advantage on the straight. But Nick Beaver is trying everything over here. Look at it. He's going inside, outside. Is he going to make that move?
This is a masterclass in taking the defensive line.
It is, but the Slug is not going to let that go. I do want to have a quick look. Wojciech Swidovic is going to be on that straight now. So he's celebrating, and Logan McKenzie goes right behind him. But here comes Nick Beaver and the Slug, and the Slug can't do that. Jerome Bajulas comes right behind him, and then we see the big group coming in. Jacob Wally, Justin Rhodes on 9th position. Alexander takes 6 positions up. Our charger for this race is Dom Savio. Dom Savio is coming in right now. 15 positions up on position number 15. I do see still a fight going on with August Blundell and Andrew Little. And I think Andrew Little has just lost it in that last corner. And that means that August Blundell is getting that last 19th position before Andrew Little. I think those are our last drivers. All the other drivers have already started it. So we're getting close, but Andrew Little, no, he's not going to make that. And that is the end of that race. And that means that we're going to have a small little break. Matt, I'm going to get a drink, maybe some coffee, and we'll be back in 10 more minutes for to see if we can continue this exciting race. Alrighty, and we're back into this race. We were talking in the broadcast booth a little bit longer than expected. I think we are all ready to get back to the race. Gonna have a quick look. Are there already people on the track, Matt?
Yeah, they are starting to grid up, but not everyone's there yet.
Here they are. Look at that. Great to see them up here. Beautiful schemes. I do have to say, which one... of course, I can't ask you guys because I know which favorite liveries you are. If you can't pick your own livery, which one is the most favorite one? Matt, what do you think?
I really like the Polaroid ones. I really like the QZ Motorsports ones. The Gasparilla ones, they haunt my nightmares.
Exactly,
but,
I'm a big fan, and I know you you haunt that color because that's the same color that I always use. But love that car. I see that we are getting ready to go. A little bit different formation. Just want to make sure. Of course, we're immediately having issues with the server. Great to see that.
Yeah, it looks like Wojciech Severinovic. He looks like he dropped out. So.
Oh, that's a big difference suddenly. So we see Jacob Wally in the front. I'm gonna immediately turn the timer on, and we see Jacob Wally, Cody Huntley, David Bauer. The Slug is already on 4th position right over there. 1 position up. Jerome Bajulas lost that position, but is now slotting in straight between him and Logan McKenzie. Right behind there is Nick Beaver, Justin Rhodes, and I do see a car going off over there. Who is that? I think it's Daniel Sedeno who had some issues and now needs to defend hard. And after that, it goes immediately straight over there. Oh, and I do see Jake Ashe dropping a little bit. Let's go quickly to the front because there are some things happening over here. A little bit behind there, we see the Slug now already passing David Bauer. And David Bauer goes off. Look at that, David Bauer crashes over there. Oh, this is going to be looking ugly if he stays right there.
Oh.
Well, we have some issues with the network again, but that was a big crash. I also think James Carr crashed over there. Matt, maybe you can give us a small little update. I'm going to see if we can do anything on this stream currently. We see Jacob Wally is still in the lead. Pretty far away, and then Cody Huntley and the Slug right behind them. And Jerome Bajulas is trying to hold on and get rid of Logan McKenzie, but that's going to be difficult. I want to look Alexander Korver right behind Justin Rhodes.
Not giving him any space to breathe. Sean Gerd just got past somebody.
Yeah, I thought that was Jake Ashe that went into the grass over there just to make sure that he could get room. Still Jacob Wally in the front, Cody Huntley right behind him, and then Jerome Bajulas is now getting really close up there. Needs to look out. Logan McKenzie, is he going to make that move? He wants to be closer to the Slug for sure, to see if they can actually play that game quite well, but currently it's going to be difficult. Jerome is a very good driver and make sure that he can't get easily passed over here, but let's see, how does he do that onto the straight? Oh! I'm not sure who crashed over there, but that was a big crash, Matt. Who did we see off over there?
Oh, I didn't see it. Who was it? You gotta tell me.
I think that was Rhodes.
Rhodes is still on track, 9th position, doing quite well up here. I think it was a backmarker going off, and we do see that the Slug is getting closer and closer to Cody Huntley. It's not going to take very much time before there's going to be a fight going on for that 2nd position. Look at this, here he goes. The Slug is trying to get to that inside and is making that very well. I am curious if what Bajulas is going to do. Immediately the door closes by Cody Huntley. No way that Jerome has anything in mind. Driving along here with Logan McKenzie. He has a great view of that battle in front of him with Jerome Bajulas and Cody Huntley. Oh, and Cody is like pushing that car so hard.
P12, we got a three-way battle here, and Francois is still cutting his way back up through the pack.
Well, and he does a really good job on that because he currently is L11 positions up, and Chase Gurr is right behind him. I don't think he can follow, and I actually see in front of them Daniel Sedeno, who went off track. Here we see a great overtake from Don Savio, again on 15th position, back where he started, but has a great fight with Chase Gurr. Look at that, going side by side in that corner. And James Gurr is passing, or is getting behind Don Savio. He really takes that move and now needs to look out because Andrew Little is straight behind them. Up front, it's going to happen. Jacob Wally is in touching distance for the Slug, and he's not going to make that move right here, but it's going to be very close while he's there. And while I say that, Logan McKenzie is actually right behind there, and he's getting into a fight with Jerome, and it's going side by side over there. And Nick Beaver is going to be involved in that as well, and Jerome is getting pushed all the way back, but is fighting his way all the way back up here. Look at that, going side by side again. Oh, it's a great battle, and very cleanly they're going again side by side over here. This will make him a little bit slower. Curious to see if they're going to end up have to choose their battles, because Logan McKenzie is actually trying to see if he can run away with Cody Huntley over there.
Yeah, not too far behind them. Alexander Carver-Robbins is his eyes are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, look at that. But that already is a really good position. Top 10 again for him currently. As Eric Stutzer right behind him. And then Justin Rhodes and Sean Gert. And then already Francois Schenk, who needs to look out for Daniel Sedeno. Because he looks dangerously monkeyly, I would say. It's a new monkey car, I think. I haven't seen that livery yet. But great to see him always in those nice liveries.
Yeah, it's his off-season masterpiece.
Oh, look at that. It's a nice little group that's going on, but here the Slug is getting closer and closer. He needs to make that move if he wants to do it, otherwise Cody Huntley will actually be a little bit more of a fight, or even Logan McKenzie. So here we go, onto that straight. Is he going to do that right over here? Big defending from Jacob Wally, and the Slug is going to get past him, but he's going to have to take that outside line, and that's the very difficult line, and it's a risky line, and now he's losing that position, but closing that door on Cody Huntley. Nice move from the Slug. Try to attack and then immediately make sure that you can defend that position. Cody Huntley is pushing the Slug on the moment, but also Logan McKenzie. Don't forget him. He's current leader of this championship. And he is already the third time he was champion. So we expect a lot from him. Currently on that fourth position. But he is looking and looking what Cody Huntley does. Cody Huntley is going to make a move. He needs to make that move. Look at that. How close he is. He's sitting there and he goes right now onto that. Takes that move, and immediately Logan McKenzie goes up there as well. Look at that, Logan McKenzie tries to take two spots. They're going side by side by side. It's going 2 by 2 up here, and Logan McKenzie tries to overtake Cody Huntley, but that's not going to work. But at least he got the Slug right over there.
Yeah, and even in the back, Jerome and Nick.
And Nick, yeah, Nick and Jerome are going off at it as well. great to see Nick feeling so at home and immediately fighting in top 5. Of currently tries to get into that top 5.
And a little bit behind them in P7. Maybe it's P8 now. Alexander Carver-Robbins, Sean Gerd, and Francois Schink trying to cut through the Gasparilla team. So I don't know if they'll make it easy for him to do that though.
Yeah, it does look like Francois Schink is going to make a move over here. Sees if he can actually get Sean Gert, and that does seem to work. Really nice move, and now he's right into the sandwich of Gasparilla. There's one more to go, and that's Alexander Carver who's driving in front of him. You see that the slug is getting closer and closer again to Jerome Bajulas, who is now needs to defend. We've seen this before, those two, and the slug likes to show where the different lines are. But I do think they're losing a little bit of track on Cody Huntley and Jacob Wally, because they're now trying to get away from that group. And while I say that, Nick Beaver says, you know what, I'm gonna have that fight. And the slug is going off. The slug is going off. What is this? That was a weird incident.
Whoa.
Might have a pit speeding incident after that one.
I think so as well, but what exactly happened over there? All right, I want to see this one more time. Slug, what did you do? The slug wanted to go into the pit. Oh. Well, it's a different tactic that I've learned going into pit entries, but he made a spectacular exit, that's for sure. But that means that Cody Huntley and Jacob Wally are really have to do it on their own. Logan McKenzie is getting a little bit closer, but that was a weird incident, Matt, from the slug. He just drove straight into the pit.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
Well, Cody Huntley is now actually getting more and more confident with that fight that he had with the slug, and is now actually seeing if he can catch up with Jacob Wally, who is surprisingly a long time already on that lead. He shows that he definitely has that speed that we need for this longer tracks.
Yeah, speed is one thing, but this is a 30-minute race. It's not a full-on endurance race, but you do need to keep your concentration. You need to make sure that you don't make any small mistakes, especially with people like Cody Huntley and Logan.
Yeah, now we're driving along now with Wiley Cox on the 18th position, who has your teammate inside, Aaron Law, and Aaron Law is right behind DeSavio, and he's actually trying to see if he can make that overtake in that first corner, and he does do a really well job. Dom Savio has to go on the outside and is now blocking off Robert Kowski over there. Well, Wiley Cox is right between them. But this is a big group that is still battling for a lot of positions.
It's led by none other than Brandon Shelton.
Yeah, Brandon does a really good job. Is under pressure from Chase Gurr. Already been for a while, but he's been holding on quite nicely. Love that livery, that B park in the back.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's made by a local artist. I made it.
Oh, look at that. Andrew Little is making a move over there. Try to go to the inside. But Chase Gurr is really strict in defending and holds that position really nicely. I thought he would have to leave that position to Andrew Little. But Chase Gurr comes in and says, no way, I'm not going to do that. And while we're talking about that, we do see that the top 5 is actually really, really close to each other. We're nearly halfway through the race. And Jacob Wally, Cody Huntley, Logan McKenzie, and Jerome Bajulas. And of course, Nick Beaver is still behind there. This is really the group that we need to look out for if we want to see a winner going on.
It'll be interesting to see the last 5 minutes who's been overdriving their car and battling hard, because the tires will go off right about then.
Yeah, that's an interesting part, and I didn't think about that. I do know that we're not going to have a pit stop in these feature races, so that is a lucky thing, and that's also why I was a little bit confused with the slug going into the pit. But yeah, let's see who... I do think Jacob Wally hasn't done much on those tires. He's driving quite cleanly. Cody Huntley is following him nicely, and maybe that's also the tactic from Logan McKenzie and Jerome Bajulas. Curious to see what will happen. John, when do you think that will happen with those tires?
Oh, I remember last year I was, I think, leading the race, and Francois was chasing me down, and I overcooked the tires early on, and I just couldn't do any solid lap times in the last 5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes. Well, then we still have 10 more minutes to have to see that going on. And Logan McKenzie is trying to push Cody Huntley now a little bit more. Lost his teammate, so needs to do it on his own for his team. And is pushing Cody Huntley quite badly. And Jerome Bajulas is again in that sublime, relaxed environment, is just trying to follow, and maybe he comes back a little bit later. And while I say that, Francois Schink has taken another position. He's now currently 8th position and is trying to see if he can get up to Justin Rhodes for 7, but is currently 15th position up. And if you think that that's a lot, well, look at Jonathan Stroll right behind him. He is 16 positions up. Those guys have been slicing through this field. Then Sean Gert, and then also his Gosparella teammate is right behind him. Let's have a quick look where everybody is. And we're back here on the first group. I do see a fight going on with Brendan Shilton and Andrew Little. Andrew Little takes there the inside line, and now Chase Gurr is trying to see if he can catch up with Brendan Shelton. Brendan Shelton defends quite nicely. Aaron Haas in there, look at that. They keep on fighting, and this is for position number 13 or 12 basically. Brendan is holding his part over there, 4 positions up from where he started. So overall, great race so far for him.
Oh yeah, this is a great showing.
Look at that, they're going side by side again, and but Chase can't get really in there.
Looks like Aaron Law might be taking a look on the inside.
Well, he takes a look in the inside, but Gurr knows now how to do that. He's done that before. I've seen it, I think it's the second time now that Gurr is just holding that position over there. And then he keeps it now on the inside. And oh, they're going banging doors, but everybody is fine. And now Aaron lies right behind him, needs to look out for Wiley Cox. And I think also Ray Bartnikowski is right over there.
That's a great battle going on with these cars.
Really clean.
Yeah, impressively how clean it is, because a little mistake is made quite easily. While I say that, I do think that Cody Huntley is just currently getting pushed by Logan McKenzie. Logan is trying to make sure that he can take that part, and now when he does that really nicely on that inside job. We've seen the Slug doing it before, and Logan McKenzie is taking that second position right now. So he's moving up. We're 17 minutes in this last race, and he's taking that second position up and sees if he can get any closer to Jacob Wally. But Jacob Wally has been leading this race for 20 laps. Great move from him. And look at that, Logan McKenzie is trying to see if he can get that draft behind him off it. But I don't think that's necessary. Cody Huntley is looking a little bit already in the back, because that's where Jerome Bajulas is now looking. And still Nick Beaver. Don't forget him, our newcomer. Already in a top 5 position up here. Oh, and let's have a quick look, because that group from Ben and Shelton, they're going now 3 wide, so we're gonna go 4 wide in here. Oh, where are they? Oh, they all disappeared from my screen, but they are still in corner 1. Don't forget about that. And look at that, Dom Savio is now fighting with, I think that's Daniel Sedeno, that they're battling hard, and Brandon Shelton is right behind there. Drive along with Brandon to see what he can see in his car. And it's difficult on that hill for the people who don't drive this track. The car does lift a lot of up, and oh, we do see Brandon going a little bit wide. Needs to hold that car, and immediately gets passed by quite a bit of people. I think Chase Gurr is getting now behind him, or in front of him, and they're going battle by battle now into the first corner. With Chase Gurr having that inside, shouldn't be that difficult. But curious to see what Brandon Shelton is going to do. He's just going to follow, and oh, in front of them there is some problems going on. We do see that Dom Savio was turned and has to go all the way to the back. So again, backup position, backup for Brandon Shelton. In the front we see Jacob Wally, Logan McKenzie, Jerome Bajulas. They're now in that first corner. They all stayed in the same position, but look how closely they are. We're going to see another 10 minutes, and if John Lozan is right, then another 5 minutes of steady driving, and then the real things are going to happen. I do see people asking about Justin Rhodes. Justin Rhodes is currently in a fight with Jonathan Stroll for position 8. It's a really good job on here with that AlphaTauri livery. Jonathan Stroll is 16 positions up, so he has made a lot of positions up already. I do think the biggest fight is currently up here, where Nick Beaver says, you know what, I'm going to try to see if I can get past Bajulas, but Bajulas says no, and he has to go right behind there. So that didn't work for them. Yeah, not much change over here. I do think that everybody's preparing themselves for the last 10 minutes, or at least last 5 minutes, as John was mentioning. So, which position would you guys want to be in? Oh, and while we see Logan McKenzie is flashing his lights, what does that mean, John, when you see somebody flashing in the back of your mirror?
Oh, it's always just someone trying to distract you, I think. I like to do that with Logan too, going into a braking zone just fine.
Yeah, everything is allowed in this league. I love it. I think it's a very strong driving, aggressive driving. But oh, look at that. Bajulas is now getting into that last fourth corner, and he's getting there. Passing Cody Huntley. Cody Huntley has done a really great job on defending here for such a long time, but now has to give up one more position, and Jerome Bajulas comes on to that third position. I do see that Nick Beaver is falling back a little bit. Is he gonna lose it? We see Jacob Wally now fighting again with Logan McKenzie for that first corner, but Jacob Wally led 26 laps and led 25 laps and will do that a little bit longer. And they're now trying to get away from Bajulas and Huntley. If Huntley, oh, we see Nick Beaver coming in very, very closely to Cody Huntley. And while I say that, there's also a fight going with Justin Rhodes and Sean Gord. And Sean Gord is actually overtaken Rhodes over there. Nice move in the second corner. Don't see that many overtakes over there. It's a little bit too far away to make any moves, but yeah, Sean keeps it together there. And Justin is just trying to follow. Let's have a quick look at Logan McKenzie, because we're in that first corner again. Logan McKenzie can't make it, but gets every time very, very close. I do have a feeling that he's going to make a move very soon. Otherwise, Jerome Bajulas will come closer and will actually fight him for that second position. But currently, that's still not the case. Nick Beaver is looking on that fourth. He's looking for that fourth position. Cody Huntley has a hard time defending. I do have to say, it's not fun to be Cody Huntley on the moment, doing all that defending over there. How would you do that, Matt?
Nick Beaver showed us the last heat that you just have to take the defensive line and kind of slow them up.
Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's the first time that Logan McKenzie is trying to do it from the outside. Trying to see now, you really see that we recognize that we're getting into that last part. And Nick Beaver is going to make the move on Cody Huntley. Now the gloves are off and Cody Huntley actually defends really hard back. But that means that now Nick Beaver is on the inside line, and that's basically undefendable. That's going to be Nick Beaver now takes that position from Cody Huntley for fourth position. But that also means that... Yeah, go ahead.
I think Cody is starting to fight his tires a little bit.
Yeah, that could be possible. I do have to say, it's also very, very difficult constantly to look back. And that's what Jacob Wally is doing. Let's have a quick look how his mirrors are looking. Look at that. You see Logan McKenzie flashing and flashing, and he's trying to see if he can go on that outside, because that inside line is always blocked by Jacob Wally, and he is not getting any closer, or he is getting any closer, but he's not getting any passer. And we are running in that last 5 minutes, John, so tires will speak over here. And while I say that, I do want to mention Jerome Bajulas, who is now getting away from Nick Beaver, who is past Cody Huntley. But yeah, that's gonna that cost him too much time, and I'm not sure if they can come back to Jerome Bajulas. We'll need to do a little bit of quick movements. But look at that, Jacob Wally and Logan McKenzie. I think that's really the battle that we have over here for position number 1. And they're gonna have some battles going on. Oh, some blue flaggers are in there, but they're getting in the way, out of the way just in time. And this is why they're going side by side again. But Logan has tried that already a couple of times, and it's not working on that outside line. You can't attack. We have 4 more minutes to go. Will Logan McKenzie get any position possible? Let's have a look with him. Let's drive along with Logan McKenzie on the moment and see where those opportunities will arise. I do have to say, great job from Jacob Wally on that first position for such a long time.
Yeah, I know from experience he's a hard guy to get around.
Well, here we go. Logan McKenzie has another chance. Can he actually get past him? And whoa, there you do see that Jacob Wally actually had a small issue and went off track. And then you can see now that Logan McKenzie is trying to go from that outside again. But even with that match overlap, he couldn't make that happen. That does have to say, Logan. Logan, you need to go from that inside if you want to get there. We do see that David Brenner is in that corner. He's going to make it a little bit more trickier. He can't do much else than just be in there. And we do see that Logan McKenzie is now... and oh, Logan McKenzie gets into trouble with Bajulas. Bajulas holds off because they're all trying to pass David Brenner. And it's a difficult part over here. You can't really do anything as blue flagger, and I think David Brenner does a really good job to get not in the way. But he is in the way. And that means that Jacob Wally has another speed record over here. Look at that. He's not going to get attacked by Logan. That's not going to happen in this corner. And I think Nick Beaver is smelling the podium and see if he can actually get up there. But I know that Logan McKenzie will think also about the championship. He doesn't want to waste all these points. He's in a very good position over here with Matt Zepka in the booth. And the slug already out. Great chance for him.
He should send it. He should just Go for it. Not first, last.
Well, he is 5 positions up, so great from him. We're in 1 more minute. Let's have a quick look if we see one more battle before we go into that last laps a little bit. Andrew Little is having a fight with Wiley Cox for position number 13. No, there's not much else going on. We're going back to Logan McKenzie because Logan McKenzie and Jerome Bajulas are going side by side. They're trying to go side by side. And oh, Nick Beaver is going to be involved in that. Look at that. And now it's going to get the gloves are off. Jerome Bajulas needs to show his naked aggression because Cody Huntley and Nick Beaver are really going to push him to the limits. Great race to see over here. And great work from Jacob Wally.
Yeah, it's not... he's been leading this entire time, and it may seem easy, but there's a lot of pressure when you're in first place because you cannot make any mistakes.
No, you can't make... You're 100% correct on that one. We do see that Cody Huntley is now trying to see if he can make a special move. And while I say that, Logan McKenzie is still trying to see if he can go on that outside. Well, we've seen it before. Yes. No, that's not possible. You need to be on that inside. You can't make that happen on the outside. And we are going in there. I do think that this is the last lap. Am I right, Matt?
I think so. I'm on Roblox. I have square cars driving around. But I think it's the white flag lap, yeah.
Well, it should be the white lap, and we see that Logan McKenzie, is he going to make a final do or die move, or is this going to be it? We do see that Nick Beaver is on that 3rd position. Let's drive along with him to see what he can see from this position. But they're now coming to that last straight. And no, I don't think it's possible. Any change. Jacob Wally takes that 1st position. And Logan McKenzie is 2nd. And Nick Beaver on that 3rd position. Congratulations for those guys. But don't forget Jerome Bajulas, Cody Huntley. What a great fight they had. Eric Statzer, Francois Schenk, Sean Gert on 8th position. Justin Rhodes. Maybe a rough night, but not that bad for position number 9. Do we have more fighting going on? No, I don't think we see much. Last drivers are coming back to the finish line. Jonathan Stroll here for 18th position, but he can't get any more closer to Brandon Shelton. And Ray Bartnikowski is coming in right here for 16th. And if those 3 are ended, then we have done this complete race here at Lime Rock. So, first impression, John, Matt, what do you guys thought of it?
Relatively clean for the amount of cars on track. It's been good racing too.
You're absolutely right. This was pretty amazing how well we saw it going along. It's tough. It's tough to pass people, but yeah, they all did it very nice and cleanly. Jacob Wally, congratulations, being a winner. I haven't seen him won anytime before. John, you're an old-timer. Did Jacob ever won an ATC race?
As far as I know, this might be his first win, actually, yeah.
Wow, well, congratulations. Jacob Wally, 1st position. Logan McKenzie, of course, we'll expect him in the booth. We expect everybody who has a great story in the booth, but I know that Logan will come here. And Logan will still will again do a great press result about his 2nd position. But then we have that newcomer, Nick Beaver. 3rd position is also on that podium. And our 1st Canadian, Jerome Bajulas, 5th position. Great to see him slicing through the field a couple of times. Eric Stetzer, Francois Schenk. You don't expect it. Francois Schenk in the top 10, 16 positions up. And then you would think that he's the biggest, he's our hard charger. But no, we have Aaron Law. Aaron Law is 17 positions up. So great for him to be there on the 11th spot. And we'll score a lot of points for your team, Matt. I'm going to have a quick look if we see anybody in the booth who wants to come here in the booth.
Yeah,
Yes, of course we do have someone in the booth, Logan McKenzie. He's seen Jacob Wally from the front, from the side, from the outside, but he never saw him in the back. Logan McKenzie, how was your race?
That was a ton of fun. Big congrats to Jacob on his maiden win. You know, as much as I would have loved to get my first win this season, he barely put a foot wrong in his defense. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun racing there. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it was very fun to see as well. We saw you trying to go on that outside in corner 1. That really didn't work. Why did you keep trying it over there?
Well, I couldn't get to him before he closed off the bottom, so I had to either hope he would make a mistake somewhere else on the track. The couple times he made a mistake coming out of the last corner, I was just too far back to capitalize, and then I had an idea that maybe I could get alongside him on the outside and then do a crossover and then try and get him going into turn 4, the left-hander. Came close a couple times to being able to try it, but he was covering off the inside there too. It's really hard to pass here. Pace-wise, I was probably about a half second faster than everyone else in the top 5 there, but couldn't
Couldn't make it happen. No, it was great to see. Cody Huntley was also so difficult to pass, and he kept coming back. Jerome Bajolasse was in that fight as well. We did saw something happen with the slug. I wasn't really sure. We did have some network issues in here. But we saw him spectacular driving straight into the pits. Have you, as team member, heard anything from him?
He got a drive-through, and at that point, his race was pretty much done. He cut the course at one point and didn't serve the slowdown in time.
Yeah, and then he had a spectacular exit by going into the pit. I've done that before. I understand the pain, and yeah, that was tough because that would have been a lot of points for your team. I'm gonna have a quick look. Do we have our race winner in the booth? I don't think we have. No, I can't see him yet. That's too bad. I would love to have heard his story up here, but we'll hear that another time. Any shout-outs for you, Logan?
Shout out to Jerome. We both raced each other hard today, maybe a little too hard at times, but that's kind of par for the course for us, and overall it was really fun racing. Of course, again, a shout out to Jacob for an incredible first victory. Shout out to Teju. You know who you are, and that's about all I got on my end.
All right. Well, you do forget one driver, Nick Beaver. I thought he was a first-time driver. Is that correct? Have you seen him before?
Yeah, he runs in another league that I'm familiar with. He wanted to hop over and try the TCR for a little bit.
Well, that was a nice introduction and on that podium. So congratulations to him as well. We've seen amazing driving. I want to thank John Lozan and Matt Zepka for jumping here in the booth. You know, sometimes we have a lot of people in the booth, and sometimes it's quite difficult to actually get everybody in here. And it was great that you guys jumped in last moment and helped me out. So congratulations, thanks for that. John, when do you think we will see you back on track?
I'll be back on track in May 2nd, so we're missing another 2 weeks, and then I'll be back.
All right. Well, looking forward to that. I think Jerome Bajolasse is looking forward to that as well. Has to carry everything currently by himself, but is doing that really, really good. Nice to have a team member like that. Matt, I hope for you it's only 1 week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I think Jacob might be down there if you guys want to try and pull him up.
Oh, I'm going to have a quick look. Is he... Is that Whaley JR?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's have a quick look if we can... Well, can you pull him in, Logan?
Yeah, he's in that other server, isn't he?
Jacob Wally, the winner of Lime Rock Park. How does that sound, Jacob?
I can't believe it still.
That was an incredible race, and you led it from the beginning till the end. There were so many quick drivers behind you, and you were just there. Tell us a little bit about the story. Tell us a little bit about the race.
Well, I totally forgot about the reverse gridding, so that was a surprise to begin with, and then I had no idea what it was. So I went out for one lap during warm-up and tried to do some kind of start.
Well, you did really, really well, but then they're like, you have the Slug behind you, you have Bajulas behind you, you have, of course, Logan McKenzie behind you, then this Nick Beaver is coming behind you, and you kept it all. We did see that in corner one, you were very, very good in defending, always taking that inside line. Was there any way that you at one point really, well, or let's ask the question, when did you thought, hey, I'm actually going to be number one?
Last lap going up the hill when I got a 0x contact from Bot and he started to drift back a little bit. That was it. That was the only time, because it was the only time I felt like I was faster than Bot was the last 2 quarters.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a lot of excitement, and congratulations for a victory. It's not easy. This is a big track over here, or sorry, a big field over here, and yeah, you did an amazing job. Love your paint. Did a great job. Kept your car clean and kept all those hunters on that first position off. You will make a big jump in the championship. Any chances for you? What's your goal in this season?
I'm just here to enjoy the good racing that they put on. I won't be able to make it next week, unfortunately, so I'm just here to enjoy the good racing that happens.
Well, we just saw a lot of good racing from you, so I want to thank you, congratulate you. Have a beer, have a drink on this, because yeah, this is definitely something that you need to celebrate. Logan, I want to thank you for always working so hard for this league. I'm currently sitting in an Alpha Thori Challenge hoodie. I think John Lazar, you have something to do with that. They are really, really cool. So if anybody is looking for a nice hoodie, then I would definitely look in Discord and see if you can get one, because they're amazing. For now, I think we're getting to the end of our broadcast. From Capo K Racing Network, we want to thank everybody for watching, and of course, have a great week. We'll see each other on Sunday, on Wednesday already, for our Underdog League ovals. Going to be exciting. I hope we have some other broadcasters, Chris and Peter, maybe in. For now, thank you all, and see you soon.